Welcome to Do-It-Yourself Immigration channel. As a former immigration lawyer, if I had to do my own immigration application and need a lawyer, this is what I would do. This is an immigration hack, how to save up to 80% on lawyer's fees. If you're watching this video, chances are you need to renew your visa or apply for a visa, but unsure whether or not to do it yourself or to hire a lawyer, because we believe that hiring a lawyer will get us the visa. It may be that you even compare the legal system of the UK with your home country's legal system, thinking that hiring a lawyer will get us the result that we need, will get us the visa. Unfortunately, it will not guarantee that the visa will be granted. So hiring a lawyer will not guarantee a result. Let me just make it clear. Hiring a lawyer will not guarantee a result. So you have a dilemma: to hire a lawyer or to do it yourself. If you go to an immigration lawyer or advisor, you'd find that majority of them charge between 800 from the lower end, maybe that is even very low. Maybe it starts from 1,000 to 2,000, or it could be more. But majority of them are in this scale, 800 to 2,000 pounds plus VAT for immigration full representation, meaning that they will advise you and submit your application. So the immigration health surcharge, so you pay the immigration fees, lawyers' fees on its own between 800 to 2,000. And on top of that, you actually pay 1,560 for immigration health surcharge for the 2.5 years visa that you will get. I mean, you can get this refunded, but initially it's still quite a lot of money. You can get this refunded if you get a refusal, but initially it's still quite a lot of money. And in addition to that immigration health surcharge, you are also paying £1,048 for the application fees. And this is excluding biometrics appointment costs. So this is just a fixed cost that you pay to the Home Office to submit your application successfully. So with the cost of living crisis, the £800 that you pay, and I'm saying this is the minimum that you may pay a lawyer for full representation, 800 is quite expensive and simply unaffordable, especially if you're faced with thousands of gas and energy bills for the whole year. So you can't afford to hire a lawyer, but also you don't have the confidence to do it yourself. What if I tell you that there is a middle way? You may be asking, well, is there a middle way? Can I maybe just pay a little bit to the lawyer? Let's find out. So there are your options. Okay, one of the options is to research about your application online, and Google is your best friend. All the information about your application, the immigration rules, immigration decisions, precedents, and everything else are all online if you know where to look. So the first thing you need to look is to go to the Home Office government website, which is, as you can see, it's www.gov.uk. It should take you to the government website. Read about the application process from that official government website. For example, if you click on one of the government websites, you'll be taken to UK visas and immigration, and it will list a whole lot of categories for immigration. And what I normally do if I'm faced with a lot of information is to read each line and see if it applies to me. If it doesn't, then skip to the next one. And if you're not sure, then maybe go back to it later. But don't just click on anything. Eliminate the information that you don't need first, and then check which ones kind of apply to your application. So the only option you have, if you can't afford, if you don't have any money whatsoever, not even the consultation, not even money for lawyers' fees, and you barely can scrape the immigration fees, the only option you have is to complete it yourself without any help from a lawyer. And the one that I've mentioned is to start with Google, start with your application, search about your application, the process, the immigration rules, familiarize yourself with what you need, the requirements, and whether or not you need anything else before you apply, then that's what you're going to have to do. But if you're not confident about your ability to follow instructions or complete your own application, or you're too busy earning a living and have no time to sit and read about the immigration process, then you're faced with only option, which is to still do your immigration application on your own, half of it, but have it checked with a lawyer, by a lawyer during a consultation. And this is the hack that I'm talking about here. So the reason why you be asking a lawyer part-time, I call it part-time because you're not instructing them, you're just meeting up with them on a consultation. The reason why you're doing that is because you don't want to face the possibility of a refusal, and you don't want to do it your own with the risk of you might get refused. Okay, this is just a fear, and it's a reasonable fear, that because at the end of the day, even if you hire a lawyer, there's no guarantee, as I mentioned above. So what are the steps if you have your application checked by a lawyer? So first is you still have to do your own work as if you're doing it yourself. So get your application ready, have prepare the documents and the application as best as you can. Then call at least 3 or 4 lawyers to see how much they charge for a consultation of 1 hour. So 1 hour consultation, how much they charge. Now you can't expect to pay to consult with a lawyer for free if you want them to check your application, because no lawyer would do that. Okay, no lawyer would check your application for free. So when you have found a lawyer you want to have your documents checked, your application checked, prepare all your questions. So if you have questions about the application form, then write them all down, and then at the meeting be confident and explain that you only want to have the application checked. Finally, follow it up with an email to confirm the advice that you received, and that your understanding of the advice, because it may be that you went away thinking what they thought, what the advice, what the suggestions, what the recommendations are, and then it may be entirely different to what the lawyer had actually said. So you need to have it confirmed or take notes while you are at the meeting. So before I move on, very, very important is to make sure that you don't click submit on your application form. When you try to complete your application online, go as far as the declaration page, because that is the stage where you can go back to your answers and change your answers if in case there are some questions or you're unsure about, and when after you've seen the lawyer has made some suggestions and you need changes on your application, then you need to not submit it, stop at the declaration, and then go back and change your answers. So for those who are doing their own immigration applications, whatever category of applicant you fall into, 71%, just to give you some encouragement, 71% of people who have encountered legal problems have solved their problems on their own without turning to lawyers or courts. Okay, so that's a staggering percentage. And this is from the worldjusticeproject.org. They made a surveys of people who face legal problems, and they found that 71% of people these days in 2019, this was in 2019, even before the cost of living crisis, the 71% have just solved their own problem. So if you're going through the consultation route, you shouldn't pay more than $300 to have your application checked. So make sure that you have a budget for it, and you don't pay more than $300. That includes the VAT already. So there you go. That's the hack that I would do if I had to do my own immigration application. But just because you consult with a lawyer, please, again, don't have this idea that it's guaranteed you will be successful, because the decision maker is the Home Office, not the lawyer. So you can do it. You can do your own application without a lawyer, irrespective of whether or not you can afford to pay for the consultation. If you still want to do your own application, do it. And if you have any questions, just email us. So we have here for steps how to do it, email us. But for those who want to have another person check their application, yes, 2 heads is better than 1. Thanks for watching. If you are stuck and have questions, email us at help@doityourselfimmigration.co.uk, and consider subscribing to this channel for more videos like this, give you tips about your immigration journey in the UK. Thanks for watching. Bye.